Hey, what's up, everyone? Sorry for the delay. There was a bit of technical difficulties over here, so that's why I took a bit of time to start. But anyway, everything is fine now. I hope you can all hear me. I hope everyone is fine. It's a chilly day today here in town. I don't know about where you people are, but it's quite drizzling today. So that's the weather focus for today, and we can look at the market forecast for this week. So this week I'm running on one trade only, which I took yesterday, which I'll show you, which is GBP USD. We're still seeing a lot of dollar weakness coming in the market. So the dollar is just crashing, man. It's just in a downfall. So for the past few weeks I've really been struggling with GU trying to catch a top, but I turned, and now I'm very very bullish on this pair. So I'll show you a trade I took yesterday, which I still have, which is still running, which I took quite a heavy trade because it's a trade I've been waiting for the whole since last week, beginning of last week. So if you have any questions, as usual, ask in the chat room and we'll be quick to answer you as fast as we can. So let me share my screen. So there we go. So GU. So what we're looking at, okay? What we're paying special attention to is this is the daily chart. So currently this is what I'm watching. So we're sort of in an Elliott wave movement that I'm watching. So ever since we got this bottom over here, market came up first wave, second wave, got that 78.6 beautiful correction, and now we're in this third wave, which is an extended Elliott wave pattern. Okay, so what we're looking at, what I'm targeting currently is that I'll show you my entry in just a few, but the level we're targeting is around between 3350 and 3400 for the first target before we get that perfect correction of where the market will be going. So this is what we're looking at. If you look at this pattern, what we're forming over here, we sort of have this extended third wave. So I hope you understand Elliott wave analysis. So we're looking at this 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're getting that 5 wave. So it's an extended third wave. Very very beautiful pattern. This is what you get when the market is really moving in a trend. So you don't get this deep corrections. That's what we got over here, and that's what we've gotten this previous correction over here. Market does not move with that deep correction like the one we got over here. So that means the market is really trending. So the bullish momentum is still in play until proven otherwise. So if you go down to the 4-hour chart, this is what we were paying attention to. So if you know, we've been analyzing this for the past few weeks. So this is the pattern I've been watching. Actually, I was waiting for this trend line, this one, to be touched down here. So if you can see clearly, I was waiting for this ranging market to be broken, at least get this break. I was looking at the 38.2 Fibonacci level as well, taking this as my bottom and this as my top, and 38.2. So I was waiting for this breakout to come in line with the Fibonacci bounce and trend line bounce, and we get that push to the upside. That was the best risk reward I was waiting for, but we did not get it. What happened is yesterday we came out of this ranging zone. So something we're always paying attention to, market came out of this ranging zone, and that momentum that came with the market is where we took my entry. So I was looking at this entry over here. So I remember Ken was covering this on Monday. Ken got a better entry on Monday down here. I think it was last week, so he has a better entry on this one. I personally, using my strategy, because he was using the pivot points, personally I was using Elliott wave, so I had to wait for that break of this. So different strategies will give you different entries. So once we got this break yesterday, I got my good entry, and that's what I'm reading, targeting 1.335 level. 1 hour chart, nothing much to say. We're just looking at this. So something I can show you is that we sort of had this channel, sort of this one, which market thought sort of was to respect, but something we're always learning over here is that in a bull market, the bear factor is always ignored. So this is what we saw over here. This was ignored. It would be a good short trade, but since we got that break, what was waiting for, we got that strong break, got my entry, and we're still riding this to the upside. So that's all I have on this one. Something else I've been watching is USD card. I won't lie to you, I've not really been performing well in USD card in terms of taking trades. I wasn't paying much attention on this one. Market has been in a downward trend, giving very good entries, but I've not really been paying attention to this. You can see market is still within this channel formation. We got this bounce over here, this bounce, and we're still in that downward momentum. the daily chart still not showing any signs of bullish momentum coming, so this market is still dropping further down. Looking at the dollar index, you're seeing that dollar weakness still in the dollar weakness being the narrative of the day. So I'm still bearish on the dollar pairs, on the dollar index, which means I'm buying GU. Also Aussie dollar is something I'm looking at, but sort of Aussie dollar I don't have a really good trade on it because it's sort of in a channel pattern. So this is what I'm looking at. So I don't have a good entry on this one, unlike what I got on GU. So GU is the trade for the week for me. That's what I'm running. Hopefully by the end of the week we'll have reached 3,350 or 3,400, or maybe early next week. So that's what I'm looking at. Ultimate target is 3,600 up there. That's what we're looking at before we get an end of the fifth wave and we get that correction. So that's all I'm looking at. USD card, as I said, bearish tone. Looking at the 1 hour chart, it's in a channel within a channel. Very good analysis on this one. That's why I'm saying I don't think I've been doing well or much justice on this one, because a lot of opportunity has left me on this one, which is normal. But sometimes when you miss such good trades, it's hard to get such a trade yet again. So I've been underperforming on this one. We'll do a better analysis later on, but you can't also get many trades. That's why I reduced the amount of pairs that I'm looking at, so that I can get more focus. And now that I have this focus, I can trade them much more easily. So that's what we have. The GU is my trade of the week. That's what I'll be running. And apart from that, that's all I have for today. That's the review that I have. And personally, that's it for me. So Ken will just come in and do the rest of the pairs that he's looking at. And that's it from me, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Cool. So just remember, if you have any question, ask on the chat room and we'll be sure to answer you. So have a good one.
So hi guys, hope you're doing well. It's on Wednesday, middle of the week. So you can still get some trades, you can still execute some positions. So currently I'm holding quite a number of trades. So my style of trading is quite different from what Caleb does. So for me, I believe in going for the opportunities once they present themselves and building up trades and managing trades. So I think the most important skill, again, I decided once I'll be starting these Zoom sessions, I'll be sharing with you at least one nugget which I think is important, because every single day that I trade, I get to learn something new. So the learning curve obviously never stops. And I think for today, I tell you that if you don't manage risk in this game, you will die very fast. And if you manage risk, you'll live longer, you'll make money, and money. You'll make a lot of money. You won't be able to believe it yourself. So straight directly, I'll go to some of the positions I have. So I have like 4 positions currently running. I have gold longs, I have euro yen long, I have oil long, and I have sterling longs. Currently floating, I'm floating about $400 up, which is about 40,000, which is a good amount for a week, but the trades are still far from my target. And perhaps on Friday we'll come and review. Probably we'll get to the targets, I'll make more money, but we won't even get to the target and I'll end up losing money. So this is a game whereby you don't count your eggs until they hatch. So don't jump into counting into things. So I won't go into GU because Caleb has done a good review on GBP USD. So I'll start with gold. So gold, yesterday I had a very good long position. I have been long for quite some time now, and I made some small money because it didn't play out as I expected. And when markets don't do what you expect, what normally happens is you end up altering your plan, which makes you either lose money or make money, because you have to be flexible by the end of the day. But once that happens again, you go back to your charts, look at what happened, try to review what happened, learn from it, and execute the next trade if there's any opportunity. So on the daily chart on gold, we still expect this market to keep on moving higher. Obviously no bearish signal yet. We are still dangling above the 2000 level, but we expect markets to close above 2000. I really expect these things to keep on moving higher, at least to 2050 first, and ultimately 2100, 2140. I still think we're in a bullish market. Bearish factors are being ignored heavily, like Caleb said, and this market has been moving higher for quite some time. However, as you trade gold, please maintain a very small position size. So I've been trading these markets for the last 4 years, and I've never seen such a volatile market. Yesterday we saw about 500 pip collapse in just less than 45 minutes. I think the move was in less than 45 minutes, the beginning of New York, and if you had positions, you could have lost 500 pips in just less than 45 minutes, which is not a shockwave that many people can absorb. So once you're trading and you learn to absorb such shockwaves, then you're good at it. But if you can't absorb such things, you're still far from learning the game. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for this market first of all to top at the 2070 level, which is the next upside target, before looking for the higher level, the 2140. On the hourly chart, we have just gotten a third bounce off a very beautiful channel that I have. So I'm still bullish unless markets take out this 1975 level, and I've executed some positions earlier on in the morning. If the market comes back above 2000, then at least I'll be sitting in comfortably, but for now I still have some butterflies in my stomach. Not because I'm hoping, but because I don't know where markets will be going. And my stop losses are placed below 1975. They come in at 1968, 1965. So those zones are the levels which I'm planning to liquidate in the event that I'm wrong. But there's a high chance that I'm not wrong, and I don't think markets will visit those levels, because this candle close has coincided with the start of trading in London, and I think when that happens, normally markets will continue with the trend, if I'm right. If I'm wrong, obviously, which happens a couple of times, then markets could keep on moving lower and we could get a move below 1975. On the 15-minute chart, a good day trade which can be executed, which is what I'm watching. So there's about 400 pips for this one. If you take in from about 2000 to about 2037, on good position sizing, you can make about $400. On small position sizing, you can make $40 or $50. So I'm looking for this trade. If we just close above 2000, you can be able to come back in and execute a long position on this one. So this is one of the trades I'm watching. So next I look at I look at Euro Yen, which is my favorite trade for the week. Although it's not behaving, I think this is one of the best setups for the week. So daily chart, obviously the dollar continues to be weaker, the euro continues to be stronger, the narrative of the day. So if you want to be trading right now, I think you should be buying the euro, selling the dollar, and long commodities. So on the daily chart, obviously there isn't much that signifies bullish momentum, but on the 4-hour chart there is a very good pattern information. So if you just look at my charts, I'll try and minimize what's on my charts. So I'll remove the historical pivots. If you look at my chart, you can see clearly we are dangling above the 125.5 level, which is a major level, and I think these markets may go higher to trade at the 128.2. So there's probably about 250 pips in this trade. This is one of the favorite trades for me for the week. This is where I'm looking to maximize. So I've started with a small position, and I'm looking to add into these positions once the markets start moving to my side. First adding point is a break of 126.5. Second adding point is a break of 127.1. So those are the levels I'm looking for as the markets will be moving higher. If this market gets to this target, ultimately you can make about $500, $600 again on good position sizing, which is a good amount if you're trading for a week. So if you're making 500, 600, that's a good amount. So nullification level, if the market goes below the 124.8 and 24.9, then clearly I'm wrong, and I'll be out of the market watching first of all what is happening, and maybe come back if I get the patterns. If I don't get the patterns, then clearly I'm wrong. But I think there's a 80% probability that this market will play out as I expect, and that's a high probability when you're trading markets. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this market to keep on moving higher. So that is Euro Yen. And finally, I look at oil. Oil is not a really good trade based on my analysis. First of all, we have an OPEC meeting today, and besides us having an OPEC meeting, we also have a ranging market technically, which is not really good. We have some bullish plays coming in, but they don't have much momentum. So on the daily chart, we are still consolidating. We are making new highs, new lows, but clearly we are struggling to go higher. So we don't have as much momentum. And when markets don't have momentum, it's not wise to be as aggressive, because clearly markets can reject going higher. So if I just zoom in clearly for you to see. On the daily chart, I have this pattern. I'm watching for the markets to top at the 44.5 level, which is the next upside target. So I'm already long on this one. Came in long at the 141.5. Yesterday's close didn't have much to suggest bearish momentum nor bullish momentum. So unless markets go below the R1 level, which is the 42 level, I don't think we will be going lower. But if you get a break of this 42.9, 43 level, then markets can really trend higher. So if I go down to the lower time frame 4-hour chart, you can see clearly we have been sitting in a consolidation, a tight one. But if we get a break of this consolidation, you could get some bullish momentum. So if you're not in this trade, I'd advise you to wait for a break of 43. Then you can buy in and target 44.5, which is about 150 pips if you have good position sizing again. And if you're able to capitalize on some of these moves, you can make good money on such a move. So I'm looking for 44.5, 150 pips still from the target. There's a 60% chance of this happening, but this one has some technicalities in them. Like we don't know what OPEC will say today. We could get fake outs when the news come out. So there are a lot of technicalities in trading this one currently. So I wouldn't advise you to pick this one. If you were to pick one of the trades, I'd advise you to pick would be Euro Yen. I think that's a better trade. It won't disturb you. It will act out as you expect. But this one, clearly I executed a long after this close, and you can see I've been stressed out a couple of times with markets going back lower, but not again going lower completely, which means you should still keep on holding. So from there, I don't think there's anything much. Some of the trades that I have, if I'm to show you the account that I'm running, I don't know if I can do that. If I just decided to share the screen, okay. So yeah, I'm up about $438, $440. You can see clearly I'm running on sterling. Sterling has given me some good cash. I have some Euro Yen. Euro Yen has actually not started moving, which is one of my favorite trades. And oil, you can see clearly I have like $53, again not much. But gold, I'm being pressed. So you can see gold, I'm on the other side of the market, and markets are moving lower. So I'm still waiting to see how I'll manage these positions. But those are some of the positions I'm running, and I think that's it from us. We will talk to you guys next time. So on Friday again we'll meet. Probably some of these trades will have played out like we expect. We'll be reviewing some of those trades, trying to learn one thing or two. So I don't think there's any question on the chat room. Clearly there's no question. So there's no question on the chat room. Since there's no question, I think I'll leave it at that, and we'll see you guys on Friday, if that's fine with you guys.